Hey guys.
Conspiracies that will ruin your childhood. The characters in SpongeBob are not just fish that can talk. They're actually creatures that have mutated due to nuclear bomb testing. From 1946 to 1958, America did nuclear bomb testing in Bikini Atoll, which is where Bikini Bottom is located. Every explosion in SpongeBob is the same exact shape as the real-life explosions America performed. The Flintstones and Jetsons actually live in the same exact year. They live in a post-apocalyptic world after a nuclear war hundreds of years before. After the nuclear bombs, the rich part of society, like the Jetsons, built cities in the air. The poor part of society was forced to stay on the ground, which includes the Flintstones, until radioactive levels go back down. This is why the Flintstones celebrate Christmas, even though the birth of Jesus Christ happened after the Stone Age. Also, the talking dinosaurs are just mutated animals.
I'm gonna ruin your childhood, part 60. So we all know Toad, right? This little cute guy right here. Well, this might blow your mind. Toad isn't actually a mushroom. That's right, it's just a hat. My whole childhood is a lie. You know this really creepy ass girl from the movie The Ring? You know, the creepy girl that crawls out of TVs and stuff? Well, the actress that played this creepy girl is the same girl that voices Lilo from Lilo and Stitch. I bet you didn't expect that one. We all remember Sid from Toy Story, right? The bully? Well, in one scene when it shows his toys, the one in the middle looks a little strange. That toy represents a hooker, you know, in reference to like adult hookers. Pretty cool.
Guys, I just discovered the Krabby Patty secret formula is. Now, first of all, there's only one crab in Bikini Bottom, and it's Mr. Krabs. Now, this is where it gets scary. The restaurant he owns is called the Krusty Krab. Now, if you look up a crab trap, it looks just like the Krusty Krab. In conclusion, Mr. Krabs is a king. He's killing all the crabs and putting them in his burgers. Boycott the Krusty Krab!
I'm gonna ruin your childhood. Have you ever wondered why Candace's mom can't see the amazing things that Phineas and Ferb do? Well, it's because Phineas died tragically when he was younger, and Ferb was born with a disability. Candace couldn't cope with it and became mentally ill. Candace built an imaginary world where Phineas was still alive and the brothers did amazing things together. Dr. Doofenshmirtz is her psychologist who is trying to get her back to normal. The last episode where the two brothers go to college symbolizes her younger brother's
I don't even
death
have to
and her
try.
ability to move on with her life. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm gonna ruin your childhood memories. Part 13. You ever wonder what happened to Scar at the end of The Lion King? Well, Scar was actually turned into Hercules' rug, which he used to show off to other people.
I know what the song means. You don't even have to tell me, guys. I know what the Deco means.
Had their baby lion cub. What makes this extra creepy is Timon and Pumbaa watched the entire thing happen, and then they sang a song about it.
I'm gonna ruin your childhood. In the movie Wreck-It Ralph, Calhoun's husband gets eaten alive by the cyborgs. And if you didn't already know, cyborgs transform into whatever they eat. Which only means, after Calhoun's husband gets eaten alive by the cyborg, she had to kill
Let's do this.
on her wedding day. Sorry guys.
And now it's time to ruin your childhood. Today's story is the story of Mulan. And unlike my other stories, I don't think this will ruin your childhood. I think it'll make it even better. According to many Chinese stories, Mulan was actually a real person. Mulan was simply washing clothes in her village when she overheard the army was recruiting men from every family. Mulan knew her dad was too old to fight, so she decided to masquerade as a man and take his place. Here's where the real story is different from the movie. Contrary to the movie, Mulan already knew how to fight before going into the war. Much like the ancient Greeks in Sparta, some parts of China believed that the women should know how to fight too. So she left her family and went to fight in the war for a few years. It is there she met a young army captain named Jin Young, who the movie portrayed as Shang. Here's the catch though. Jin Young actually found out that Mulan was a woman very quickly, and furthermore, he didn't care. They grew romantically involved, and Mulan eventually rose to the rank of general through the years. Eventually, Mulan revealed her gender to the rest of the soldiers as well. Guess what? They also didn't care. They actually respected her. You go, Glen Coco.
This bar.
This is the terrifying truth about Thomas the Tank Engine. Have you ever wondered why the trains could talk and have their own emotions? So that's because they're robots created by the Fat Controller. Believe it or not, the Fat Controller was actually a tyrannical dictator. He actually treated the trains even worse than slaves. If the trains didn't follow his orders, then they'll be buried alive behind bricks. If that didn't work, then they'll be reprogrammed and brainwashed.
I'm about to ruin everybody's childhood. The nursery rhyme for 3 little piggies. In the nursery rhyme it says this little piggy went to market, and I always thought that it meant he just went shopping. But that's not what it means. When a pig goes to market, it means it actually goes to get slaughtered, get killed. So that little piggy probably got made into a sausage or something. Poor little piggy.
What if I told you that all of the Rugrats were actually dead? That's right, they were all made up in Angelica's head. Angelica suffers from schizophrenia. What really happened was Chucky and his mom died during childbirth, which would explain why Chaz is a nervous wreck all the time. Tommy was a stillborn, so Stu stays in the basement making toys for the son that he never had. But the Bills had an abortion, which confused Angelica, and she couldn't figure out the gender of the
This
baby,
bar,
so she
really
created twins. Maybe thinking that
And
Angelica
that's
had a friend that could all
And that's
Yeah.
He's always been such a good
Just a
friend
one.
to Angelica.
Ojo
They lost
tukuza
him.
basuna television.
This video will
And
ruin
that's
your
all.
childhood.
Yeah, I heard you.
Oh, right. Well, Hangman's got a very dark meaning behind it. The aim of the game is to try and find the word before the man gets hung.
Okay.
You draw out each individual piece until you find the right word. Well, the dark secret meaning behind this is that it only takes one word to end a life. Share this with your friends to spread the word.
Now let's go celebrate with a nice family dinner. Then don't sit next to Jesse.
I'm gonna go do this first.
And maybe after dinner we could... Forget it, Freckles.
And now it's time to ruin your childhood. This is the story of The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is a story about the youngest daughter of the King of the Sea who has aspirations of seeing the surface world. So on her 15th birthday,